Welcome to the podcast.
Why?
Why not? What do you mean, why?
Okay. So,
Paper, I
first
think you need to let it
podcast.
go.
What?
It's not paper, it's commie.
Bitch.
Okay.
Sub better than dub. Commie.
Dub will always not be better than subbed, I'm sorry. Like, to start out the podcast.
Sub better than dub. Easy.
Always.
Unless you're watching
That's
Ghost Stories, then dub is definitely better.
Yes.
Good stories.
But that's a discussion for another time.
Is it?
All right. First discussion podcast for AMK. KMA. However, I don't know. We haven't decided that yet. Who cares?
Oh yeah, that anime.
That anime?
So,
What?
are we going to talk about
sorry,
first?
I had
Promised
to remember.
Neverland?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do Promised Neverland. So,
I hate cliffhangers!
Okay.
just watched episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone think about it so far?
I fucking love it! I want more!
Okay. Criticisms, likes, be detailed. No, I like it.
The art style is interesting. The kids are very different than what I'm used to. So it's interesting to see just how they look comparatively to like other, kids. They're usually, like literally their eyes usually take up like 3/4 of their face instead of like, it actually seems like they're molding the face really well with the characters. I just like the character design and the creepy.
You having trouble there?
Paper, what, or
It's-
Kami, what the fuck is the
Kami.
one anime? Kami, what's the fucking name of that one anime? The fucking vampire one.
Rhino Seraph.
Yes.
Forehead.
Okay, animation reminds me of that one. And story-wise,
Animation
also
or plot setup?
Both.
a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Okay. That's what I thought.
I will say though, I like how they did episode 4 with the perspective change. Is like, I can't really recall an anime that does something like that, because you usually see that.
Right.
something
Spoilers
is
alert.
more. Yeah. What spoiler warning? But I liked how they did that, because you don't really see that type of thing in anime, not very often. So for them to go out of their way and make kind of a
An
CGI
anime of first person.
yeah, I think it was
Experience.
pretty cool.
And did it so well too, because they
Yeah.
did actually move the camera with the steps, like how your head would, bob as you
Bob,
walk.
Yeah, and like the height you're at, all that. Like they really
Since it's a
did
child
put the work.
and looking
I will
down at the
say,
ground.
thinking about more of the episode though, it definitely makes clear why. I want to say it's Norman, but I don't know their names at the.
Norman is the really, 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 really smart kid. Emma is the red-haired kid.
They're all
White-haired
really,
kid.
really, really
No,
smart.
no, no, no,
Norman's
no,
quiet.
no, 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 no. Norman is the
Well-
smartest out of all of them. Like, let's get
Ray-
that
White-haired
right.
kid, right?
Ray is the
Yeah.
smartest out of all.
Okay.
No, Ray
Norman-
is the cheater, the hack. Like,
Ray, well, I think they're
No,
both.
Ray
they're-
is the smartest.
I think
Logic-
Norman's
like
the
the
smartest.
logical one.
Norman is just the
Norman's
most.
the more logical,
Well-rounded,
but
yeah.
willing to put emotion out there. But I will say Norman, for him to literally set up like all the brain games to figure out that Ray is it, I feel like they might.
Well, they
try to
said
make
it on episode 1 that Norman even admitted that Ray is smarter than him.
Yeah, and I do think Ray. I don't know. At the current time, if you look back at the episode and the perspective changes, they totally psych you out thinking it's the girl that's the traitor, but they don't really show who put the letter there.
But she was
It
a
just
traitor.
No, she wasn't.
no, she didn't.
Mm.
Because when she went to the nanny, she didn't really necessarily say. She just said, "No, I had a fight with Emma,"
Oh.
and then she continued to lie about it.
Ray put.
But
put the
whereas they didn't, they just jumped the scene. They went from, "Hey, Mama picked up the letter," and then she went to the door, but then it switched to the nanny opening the door to the black-haired glasses girl.
the other.
So-
Gilda.
Yeah,
Gilda.
Gilda. So
Guys are
you
terrible
don't.
with names.
Yeah.
So-
terrible.
And this is waifus, but anyway.
Do you have a waifu for this anime yet?
No.
No. You can't get attached to characters.
And you can't really have a waifu
It would
anyways because
also
they're all
be
kids.
very illegal.
Yeah, that too. But I like how they did that. I think it was cool for them to be like, we're gonna put the extra work. I don't know how close it is to the manga. If they did something similar to
Manga.
Manga.
I thought this was
But-
original anime, is it not?
that, no, there's
Oh.
I'm
a
unaware.
manga that I know of. Don't quote me on that.
What do you guys think about the demons? I really
Demons?
like the design.
I would like to see more.
Yeah.
I would-
Yes.
Only saw them for
I-
like 2 seconds.
Yeah, the 2 seconds that we kind of saw of them, I thought it was interesting because they did show diversity in them, so it was kind of. And I'm interested to see, and it's probably
Fucking
leading to it
terrifying,
is
too.
if, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
interested to see if the mom and the nanny are also demons in disguise, or if they're actually human.
No, they said that they're
Yeah, that they're
demons.
adults.
did.
Yeah.
that are
Oh, okay.
under work
Okay,
because kids taste the best.
I don't remember that.
Ugh. Smart kids taste the best.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but kids.
But
taste
okay,
the
there
best.
is an anime
overall.
that whole idea reminded me of something, and I don't remember what anime it was, but basically it's like, yeah, you feed the children their brains, get them smart, so then when you eat them, you also gain their knowledge.
I've heard about the gaining knowledge one part, but nothing to do with like kids. I don't remember that off the top of my head, to be honest.
This series.
See, I can't.
Try.
It's got-
Okay, this series makes plot twists very
Subtle?
interactive. Like, no, because you can see pretty much everything coming. Like,
A little bit,
The who they focus on in
yeah,
the scenes the most. Like episode 1, you knew that the little girl was gonna die. That was just like
Yeah.
first like minute into that series, and I knew she was dead first. I even called it to movie.
Rip.
I'm like, she's dead.
Rip
and
Connie.
Movie's like, what? And then she died. I'm like, haha.
Yeah.
called
I
it.
didn't say what. I knew like probably halfway through the episode that she was gonna
And
die
then-
because they're just too focused
and then-
on her.
And then like everything refers back to previous episodes, so like any plot twist can be explained with the knowledge that's already been provided, and that's actually really good because like that takes a lot of skill. Because when you're writing something or you're doing the animation for something, you can't just like make the plot progress off your own knowledge. Because like you obviously know how everything's gonna end, right? Because they already have the script, they already have everything planned
Yeah.
out.
But maybe
like-
they don't because you don't know if the manga is actually over or not. Because I did look up and it is a manga-based
but for them to do
anime.
animation, they already need scripts done. They already need base art done.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
They-
they're already like 3 episodes ahead. That's how animation works. Regardless,
Mm.
for them to always make the next episode only based off the information you learned from the previous, that's really good.
I just like the art and the characters. The characters are fantastic. I
Pretty
think.
colors.
Okay, the one thing I will say is Ray totally reminds me of no Serif's main character.
I know
Paper.
though because the main character is
Well, the reason I say
bland.
they're similar is hairstyle, kind of like attitude
Oh,
a bit,
okay.
like personality a little bit, and more like character design. As like the character looks,
You know what's funny?
Very similar.
Norman and Ray, or Seraph, main
Yeah,
character's black
like,
hair, and then
yeah.
his brother's white hair.
I will
I
say,
feel like they probably drew inspiration from.
or you never know.
But we don't know,
But
so
similar,
you can't
yeah.
make that. You can't make that
I said
judgment.
that's what I said. I said who knows?
Yeah, I will
They
say
could have.
towards predictions for the next episode, I'm still 50-50 if Ray is the traitor.
Oh
For
no,
the
Ray's
fact it
definitely
could
the
go-
traitor.
Well, it could go two ways. Is that Mommy's setting up, or whoever the real traitor is trying to set up Ray because she knows she's, from what it can.
What if
seem
there's
like
two
she-
traitors?
or there's two traitors or something like
Mm.
that? But I feel like it could go two ways. Is where Ray's now getting set up, and
Maybe not set up.
Gilda.
Mom is blackmailing Ray, but Ray's not the one who put down the letter.
Or they put down. That could be a possibility too.
I
but
don't think the
it
girl
could
put
go-
down the letter.
It
That,
could
that's
go back
obvious.
to the thought of when Norman asked Ray and Emma about what do you think what makes a traitor, and then Ray suggested, well, what if they they gain freedom and they live.
Mm. Oh,
So it could lead into that of
Like, I
saying
think.
Ray. Why would Ray suggest that idea? I mean,
Wait,
if they even
what
hinting
if
that Ray is the smartest,
Norman's the traitor?
that would be
no.
no. I don't think so. For the
That's a
fact
plot
that
twist
it
that
would be
could
the biggest plot twist, and it would also piss off fans.
And I
They
think they
wouldn't do something.
would have so many plot holes because none of this would have happened in the first place if the two of them didn't try to give the bunny back to Connie.
Okay. So
Also,
basically we're sitting at two scenarios: either Ray's the traitor, or Ray's not the traitor, but he's also getting blackmailed.
That or he's getting set up.
That's why Norman thinks he's the traitor. He wasn't the one who put down the
'Cause
letter, but
It could
he
be.
has been doing something.
Oh, and this
to,
was the other
to
thought I had.
benefit the nannies.
Is
Fuck
if it's
both
not
of them.
Ray, the only other person, if it's not Gilda, it's the other guy, the new guy.
Oh, the guy who always challenges Norman.
Yeah, the old no, the whoever they just recently told besides the girl.
Don?
Down, yeah. It
But
could be Don.
But that was the ending, though. Is like you said, okay, so Don's the bad
It's
guy,
Don.
and then.
But that's the thing, it could be Don.
Mm.
Cuz like that's the thing. They could take this multiple paths of saying it's either Ray or it's not Ray. Or it could be it still leaves the idea of saying anybody could still be the real traitor.
Right.
Question.
Yeah?
So it's a farm, right? It's where they raise
Essentially.
children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we know children eventually leave to get killed
Slice
and
and
cooked,
diced.
slice and diced. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that also means children have to come to the nursery.
Well, they said they all
To
came
be
from
raised.
somewhere beforehand, but no one remembers.
But they also said that Norman and them said that they remember seeing people leave when they were growing up, which means kids should be also coming in eventually.
Well,
New
then
ones.
yeah, well didn't the new kid come in, and that's why they tested for the where the tracker was.
Oh yeah, the baby.
Yeah.
They come in as babies. I thought
Well,
that's what they
yeah.
were saying.
So they're probably just being born from people, but not like. Probably like it
born
goes.
from a few selected adults that they chose.
Right.
Like, all right, we'll let you guys live just so we can keep producing. You know.
Yeah, because it's probably not like an actual farm, so you're not having like two people just,
I feel like
going at it every day.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like
I forgot about the baby. I was thinking
Yeah.
because there has to be new kids coming in.
Because they could be all test tube babies. You don't know that either.
Yeah. But considering that they have the mom and stuff, it's probably possible that they might have an adult farm too, or
Ugh.
something like that. Yeah. That's weird, gross the sound,
Yeah, they definitely. So, like, the things that I wrote down was just interesting music. The camera choice thing was actually really good because they actually did have a perspective of the kid having it at the door angle instead of, having it up top looking down to open the door handle. And then just the ending. I hate cliffhangers. I cannot explain how much I hate cliffhangers.
This is why I usually wait.
But
till
binge
end of
watching
season.
is not fun either, though.
Yeah, because then you don't have to wait
Well,
for the fucking cliffhangers,
should
and
be
then when
the
the series ends, you feel satisfied.
That should be the end of Promised Neverland.
Yeah, that's all I had. Is it though?
Itito.
All right, Ayashi no Ceres, my anime. What'd you guys think? It sounds like
animation styles
Kami
definitely
hates this.
screams.
I don't like it.
What?
Really? Because
It's
off the
too
tags,
cheesy.
I was like,
There's a
this
difference
is like
between
Paper's
cliche
genre.
and cheesy, and it's just cheesy.
Here, well,
It's
I'll put it
cheesy
this way.
humor. It's cheesy, situations with a few cliches thrown in there, which I don't mind cliches. I like cliches. But then they're just cheesy, and you're just like, eh.
See,
I'm just
As
sitting there just like, this is painful to watch.
It was
That's-
painful to watch for real though. Aww.
here, I have a better opinion of it a little bit. As someone that has the vast experience of anime I've seen here.
Okay, Mister. Like I
Well,
don't.
okay, I've seen a good enough like early 2000 animes, so the animation doesn't bother me at all.
Well, it's not the
And
animation. It's
well, I know, but I'm just giving my overview of just first episode impressions. Animation for 2000s, it screams 2000s, like early 2000s. Character design, I will agree with Paper. It does scream that a little too cliched, but there's a reason for it. It's because like during 2000 animes, if you watch them, that's a lot of what they did. They really like tsunderes and all of it. They just really pushed it, and they kind of made it too oblivious. Whereas like now, if you watch more modern day anime, it's more like they kind of can throttle it a little bit more better. But
yeah.
um,
It's just
I
it's
will
a little too
say
overbearing for me.
I don't
I'm
know.
okay with it. I like it. I am interested to see where it keeps going. I
So for
do feel
me,
like they took too long to
amp up.
Get anywhere?
get going. Yeah, but I
Because
will
all of the
say,
plot development was the what last 10 minutes.
Not bad.
yeah.
It was like
Well,
the
like
last
Even
five,
five,
if
last
five,
that.
five,
last
7 minutes. Five,
out of
7 minutes.
a 28
Oh,
minute episode.
It was 23 minutes. Okay, so for me,
23 okay,
I'm gonna
8,
defend
3,
it.
they're both curvy.
All right, I'm gonna defend it. So they didn't like straight out say, okay, this is main girl. She's gonna be, special because of this, this, and this. So they're like giving us some like smoke over it so that you can find out maybe for yourself, or you can find out
oh,
through them showing you through flashbacks or something like that, because I actually don't remember how they actually explain what happens and stuff like that. So yeah, she has mysterious powers. I mean, she got like went to grab a person, started floating down. But at least they didn't go into detail of the reason why she was floating down is because she's a magical being, and you got to deal
yeah.
with
I
it.
will. I think
It's
another
nothing
good
to do with the
example.
plot. I like the plot. I think it's kind of cool, actually. It's the personalities that are driving me crazy.
Okay, so the characters you don't like.
Yeah,
I think
I don't mind sundays.
I think the over anime is
I
good.
watch a lot of fucking shitty harem,
I will say,
but like I don't know. It's just too. You know what she reminds me of?
Mm.
hmm,
Fucking. Oh my god, what's her name? Give me a second. Continue.
she definitely reminds me of some like 2000 anime character. She kind of like her character personality and shit
Yeah,
just
that's.
kind of
I'm
screams that
gonna.
genre
It's
of
fucking
time of anime.
Asuka. She reminds me of Asuka. Just
Asuna?
Uh
Asuka from Evangelion.
oh,
Asuka!
Asuka, dude.
Asuka!
Asuka.
Asuka. Asuka. Asuka.
That's
Asuka.
Asuka.
It's ASU.
I will say, in looks,
Asuka.
I will agree, but personality, I don't think so.
So
Asuka.
she, like, I will admit, at the start of the series, her personality is kind of bland. I won't change that, but like her brother seemed really natural. She fell off the bridge or whatever, and he seemed
I
caring.
love being swooned by my brother.
I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyways,
Too much swooning for me.
the
Like anything, like if any male figure talked to her, it's like swoon. Like,
Yeah.
that was the thing though. Toya is so hot. That's why I love this anime, because
I
the
just
main
got-
guy is so hot. I fucking love Toya. I can't explain how much I love Toya.
But it's like
The red hair, the
every
green
character
eyes.
who talks to her, it's like swoon.
I don't know. What I was gonna say was towards paper just thought about saying kind of like the slow development
Mm-hmm.
for it being a long series. I see why they would do that because like typically in a 12 episode series they either try to do it within one
Gotta
episode
go
of explaining
fast.
everything or 2 episodes. 2 episodes is kind of like
Well-
really dragging it out a little bit, but like one episode that's kind of like the normal for the 12 episode series. For a 24 episode series, it makes more sense that they're going to drag it
They
out
usually
more
draw it out
and
to 2. Yeah, that's pretty normal.
at least 2 to 3
A
maybe
lot of the longer
something like
series,
that.
you usually need to like.
And this is
sacrifice
why
2 to
like
3 episodes of your time.
plot wise so far I feel like they took it a little slow, but the last 7 minutes was like, all right, I want to keep going. I want to see where
And
this will go.
Yeah, but also like kind of dropped it hard. Like it was like, oh, swoon. Oh yeah, everyone's dead. Like
What do you mean
Yeah,
everyone?
well,
Well,
yeah.
not everyone,
My brother's
like,
on the
you know,
floor bleeding and
it was
now
like-
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, it was like it was just dropped so like I like or like situation changes, especially when things are harsh. But like it did it to me at least. It felt like they did it wrong, or it could have been better because it was just like swoon, my brother's dying and I'm
Well,
about to die.
I will say, I think, considering the age of the anime, I think
I mean, yeah,
I
but
will
like
give it.
other
to
older
them.
series
Some
aren't
leeway.
that bad.
Well, it depends on like
Evangelion.
the studio and like how much
Yeah.
money and backing they're actually getting. You know, that's another thought. And considering I haven't heard of this anime, it might be another possibility.
It's definitely an underdog. A lot of people haven't watched it or heard of it, but most people that I've known that have watched the series have absolutely loved it. So
Alu sounds like
Well,
a
it-
shiatsu of like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it keeps going.
it's good. I like it. All right. Any other comments on Ayashi no Ceres?
No,
Not
I'm willing to
really.
keep watching.
Yeah, we gotta see more to like really get
Yeah.
more opinion.
It's better
about
than
it.
Gate. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No harsh
I'm gonna
comments
give.
on
I'm going straight hard on fucking Gate when we get to Gate.
Oh
just so
no!
you
I
know.
hit the wrong thingy.
That's another series that just gets better with each episode. Like, did you like this episode more than episode 1?
No. I'm really hoping episode 3 turns out better. I'll put it that way.
Well, episode 3 and
Because
episode 2,
now that
introduced,
they hint the elf girl, I'm giving it some hope. But
Hey, we haven't gotten to that anime yet. We can't talk about that one yet.
What do you mean?
we got Made in Abyss.
Right.
Well, you said Gate, so why not
I
just go
know,
with
but
it?
not
And then
no
make Made in the Abyss the last one.
no
No.
order. We have
That's for
order,
last.
proper
Yes.
order.
All right.
So,
So
Made in
Abyss.
Abyss. I love this anime.
I really like it. The art style's really nice.
I
Characters are really entertaining to watch. Really good scripting, really good comedy.
seriously can't decide yet. The difference in art changed when like the snake monster came up or showed up or whatever. And
Yeah, I care more about scripting than I do art.
well, I don't like having weird changes. It's like watching like what happened in the first episode of Gate, the CG crowd. Anytime that happens,
Yeah.
I can't help but notice it. So when you're in a specific art style, all of a sudden it randomly changes. All I could think in my head was this an artistic choice or was this a budget choice? So that for me,
Art choice. Then you must
but you
Oh,
don't know.
what
But
is
you don't
Naruto?
know. You don't know though.
Don't you remember Naruto?
Of course, I remember Naruto, but we're not
That
talking about
art
Naruto.
style changed like every other episode.
See,
That's because of budget. That's for sure. But Abyss,
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
where's this? I will. Without trying to spoil shit, I will put it this way. When I first watched this anime, and before I started watching it, it was already like halfway through the series or
Mhm.
something, or it was like halfway or almost done when I first started watching it. And when I heard about it, I was like, okay, it sounds good. It looks like one of those things that are going to be, hey, it's all good and happy and it will go dark. But then I watched the first episode and I was like, all right, this looks good, and then never got back to it until the end of the season, like towards the end. But I will say, if you like the first episode, you'll like where it keeps going because
Don't get me wrong. I definitely want to watch more.
it definitely goes in a direction that
It-
you're like,
it's
I'm not
taking
expecting
a-
that, but
It's
okay.
taking a risk with its art style. It's
Yeah.
trying to be the forerunner into the CGI.
Probably the only complaint I actually have though was he hurt his head, or we don't know what actually happened to the other kid that she was like going in the abyss with. Like he was on a ledge, knocked out with blood on his eye or whatever, being attacked by the snake monster.
She went back. Well, she
But-
went back and
Right, they
saved him.
went back with the robot and he was fine because he was looking for her, but like they don't explain what happened to him. They're like, hey, what happened?
Well,
And you know,
like,
they
between
don't
the-
It's unneeded
actually.
information. Like, it doesn't matter.
But
well, put it this way: the reason why they left it out is just because like they don't want to overcrowd you with information.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I
it's
don't
anime.
see-
It's always going to be a
I
little
don't see why
cuts from the manga. Because whereas in the manga,
Oh,
it'll
okay.
probably be saying, "Hey, like if it was the manga, it'd probably be like, okay, after she found the robot boy, she went back and tried carrying him half the way, or she went
Robot-kun.
back to, yeah, or trying to went back to the other kid and was like, hey, are you all right? Okay, now I need you to go carry this back for me. Thanks."
Yeah, you're the one hurt and injured, but carry this guy. He's heavy. I'm like lazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, it gets better. It's
I've
good.
only been told that that Made in the Abyss is amazing. That I need to watch it.
I know,
Yeah.
same.
And the movies come out this year, and
I can definitely tell that the head mistress person lady is gonna be a problem and a pain later. The leader guy seems pretty normal. He's just kind of doing whatever she says, but at the same time, she just looks pissed off all the time. And it's like, don't keep any relics, staring exactly at the blonde haired chick. It's like, not having any of that. Did you have any comments, Kami?
I already said in my piece. I liked it.
You liked it?
I like the scripting. It's very comedic, and it's comedic done well.
mm-hmm.
Because like, it's hard to actually be funny in your scripting without resorting to cliches or
True.
puns. But they do it well, and they make everything pretty entertaining. Like the robot arm, like she's freaking out, like
What the fuck?
like the robot when he's hanging from the ceiling and then he just slowly disappears. Like,
Oh my god.
like that's funny. That's very entertaining.
I find it
And
weird.
it's such subtle.
I find it very weird that he doesn't realize that he's a robot. I have a feeling they're going to go into more detail about that. But him just to being like, oh yeah, my arm extends, like he didn't know. Like, I understand like he has amnesia or something, but just what makes you think, okay, stick my hand up, it goes up, and all of a sudden I'm on the ceiling?
I mean, if you're a robot and all of your memories got erased, you wouldn't know anything. You're making new memories. It's
Right, then how did he get to the ceiling? It doesn't make sense.
He
he
gets,
operates. He just has
they
no
make
memories.
it towards
Don't
more in the
think
anime
about
they
it.
explain it better. But don't worry
Yeah,
about
don't think about it. It's
Don't think
anime.
about it.
The
But, yeah.
anime is literally about a giant abyss that goes down like who knows.
1,000 meters.
No, like it's unknown.
No,
No,
it's
that's
Right.
the width. Like,
Diameter.
Oh,
the-
right.
They don't know how
They
deep it
They
is.
don't know how deep it goes. God, don't you even pay attention?
No, I don't. Okay, motherfucker.
Obviously.
The nice Japanese lady took her time to explain how adventures came.
Speaking of which, who the fuck is the Japanese lady that just like randomly?
She's just the announcer, like every other anime that has an announcer come in and be like, "Hey, this is what the anime is." In.
As long as it doesn't like end that way, and it's like, by the way, that young blonde-haired girl was actually me the whole time. This is my memory and my story.
No.
Now that's cliche.
It was some 50 years ago.
All right.
All right, anything else about Abyss?
Missy?
I can't wait for it to get better.
Yeah, it's good.
All right,
It's good.
on to the next one.
Gate. My
Favorite.
I'll let you say your piece first.
okay.
This I'll say this first.
Mm-hmm.
It is a
to go first.
later half series. If you know what I mean by that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know what you mean by that.
See, the only problem with that, at least it's not like a 500 episode anime, so I don't
Like,
have to
it's
like
exactly
crunch
like
through
Shumatsu.
halfway through.
No, it's 2 seasons.
No, it's
worse.
exactly like Shumatsu, Alu. Like the first half is like pretty bland, pretty boring, and the last half is like, ooh, I can't stop watching this.
Like which one?
So the opposite of
Shumatsu.
Elu, or not Elu,
Where will you
fucking
be at the end of the
SAO.
world? Who will you be
Wait.
with? What memories?
Oh, okay. Well, the beginning was
Shumatsu
better.
is exactly like that.
No, I mean better. Yeah, I will say at the end it did get a lot
It's
better.
a late half series. The first half is really bland, very boring. It does plot setup, and then the last half is very entertaining, with like lots of changes and lots of drama. This is the same thing.
Okay, I'll let movie go first, and then I'll say my piece.
The things that I noted, Gate, that head tilt. There was just like some random like up close shots that were very weird, and I don't understand why they kept doing it. Like the emperor just like, I'm mad scientist without actually being a mad scientist, like making a like
to show he's evil.
I understand he's evil, but like it was like unneeded like plot insert like here or whatever. Unless they like go into more detail about it, I find it's really stupid that there's kind of like, by the way, this emperor that went to, it seems like he's helping his.
Think it was pretty reasonable for it being episode 2, and they're trying to.
Well, I understand being upset that there's random people showing up, but like there's no reason to be.
It's like Shield Hero. They did a close up on the king.
Yeah, Shield Hero, the king is just a dick.
That the king was actually evil and actually hated the Shield Hero too. Because at first, you thought, even though we're going off track, Shield Hero, at first you thought the king was like indifferent to the Shield Hero, but then, recently we found out he's like actually hated him.
Right. So that was like that's episodes down though. It was an unneeded twist in the middle of the episode. I felt like I don't know. It just felt unneeded that didn't need to happen. Like that just didn't need to be added at all.
To show the king's evil? The reason why the defense force is there?
The defense force is there is because like was it just like another kingdom that sent attack?
The initial attack was the Imperial Empire.
Okay, so but the reason why he's being evil is to get control over the entirety of the land, not just his capital. Because he said there was an issue because he attacked the gate because he didn't know what the fuck it was, and then found out from attacking them and losing his entire army that the surrounding countries could attack them.
Exactly.
So then he got the surrounding capital to attack them, and now he's destroying the side stuff so that he's protected. So why not just group together in the first place and then be all happy jittery? Like why do you have to go by himself in the first? I don't know. It just felt really unneeded.
Well, he sent the military force through the gate to, since it's the Imperial Army and it's really, 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 really strong in their measurement, for reason to plunder, whatever, it's a kingdom. That's what they're going to do, expand. They just happen to go into present-day Japan and get fucked.
I don't know. It just felt unneeded. I don't know how to like really explain it. If I think of something by the next time we do this, I'll try and explain this a little bit better. But it just seemed like random head tilt, full up, close up, like I'm evil mastermind. It just felt really either cliche or just really unneeded, in my opinion.
Cliche. Omega lol.
Shut up. Americans talking Japanese, and they're Americans because the American flag's out. And there are animes. Even Psychopaths did this, where they're in America, they speak American, even though it's a Japanese actor speaking English, they fucking did it and had subtitles at the bottom.
Don't complain about languages, though, because if you watch it,
it's laziness.
It's Japanese people speaking English, or vice versa. Boku no Hero, that's an American. The plot is supposed to be American, but they speak Japanese because it's
okay.
It's
but that's the entirety.
You can't judge languages. It's based on the people who watch it, not the. Plot.
It's the entire because I've watched different animes, like even Rosa Maiden is entirely done in France or somewhere in the Europe, so it's all in Japanese, yes, but it's still that one country. So I'm trying to think of a different anime. I think it was Psychopaths. Psychopaths had a movie. They were in Japan. They went to America and were talking. It was broken English, but it was still English. So I don't think just saying that they're in America, like the language difference, like it can be done. They just didn't do it.
To be fair,
being lazy.
Also, the Americans pretty much have like hardly even any screen time in the rest of the series.
Right. So then why not just get some random people to start speaking English? Why not? How hard is that?
Then they have to get English speaker voice actors on top of when they could just use the Japanese voice actors they have access to. That's more budget that they have to put into it.
I guess true.
For a 30-second scene? out of a 12 episode series?
I don't know.
No?
Okay, even the Ayaya anime, fucking 10-second scene of them speaking English. Just saying.
But those are Japanese voice actors.
Okay, and
I'm not saying they have to go and find an English
fucking
voice
Ayaya
actor.
got 2 seasons and it's fucking dog shit. I skipped out after episode 3 after I saw the Ayaya scene. Just saying.
That's what we call it. Ayaya.
It's real.
I mean-
It's really not that much effort to.
It just, I
Put
think it
the
just shows
extra
like
effort
how
in.
much. Yeah, it's whatever. It's probably studio choice, money, blah blah blah. But
The face the one dude made was amazing. I'm like stuck in this land and I just want anime like right now. Can I just go home, go get my dojijin, and then go home and fap away? Like he just had the face of I really don't want to be here, but I'll be here, and hopefully I'll get my anime when I get to go home. He actually had a really good face of I don't want to be here, and this is why. I don't know if I like the what is it? The stereotype that they're kind of putting on the other dude though. Because he just kind of wants a girl to show up with voluptuous breasts, breastises to show up and, you know, be around them. I think that's a little much. I mean,
Are the magical girls fine?
magical girl is not saying voluptuous. Voluptuous definitely points to give me a chick with big tits.
It's different tastes.
Okay,
One
that's
likes one likes another.
yes, but it's different than saying
Yeah,
I want a
you're
girl
saying.
and I want a magical girl. It's saying I want a girl with big tits comparatively to just a regular magical girl. You get what I mean? I don't know how else to explain it.
I get you.
And the Godzilla reference was great because they actually said Ghidorah, and I'm fucking all about Godzilla. And that shit was amazing. I don't know. They just could have made it a little bit different. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, Alu, what's yours?
Okay.
I hate this anime.
Okay. I'll go from episode 1 to episode 2. Episode 1. Okay. The only likes I have. Main character, I like how they try to make him relatable in the sense of, hey, he's a weeb just like everyone else, but
Otaku.
he, yeah, otaku, and he
Otaku.
likes his hentai,
Borderline neat.
yeah. What I do not like about his personality is that here you are, someone that is a deep weeaboo otaku, and another world jumps at you, and you have the choice to go inside, and you just show no interest at all. How fucked up of a Octu are you?
Otaku.
Just
How are you? How
Wait.
fucked up are you? Do not
Just
go into
wait.
another. Okay, it can't be just because of the girls. I will literally blow my brains out if it is. Because
Oh no!
you can't just go to another world and have that opportunity and not be like,
Give
I'm
me
in
a
another
sword
fucking world.
and-
Like, get me a. I'd be like, if that happened to me, I'd be like, where are the Neko girls? Where is my magical sword? Where is my fucking familiar? Where's my demon lord shit? You know, like
Where's my
Okay,
pet cat?
at that point, I am like, this is not relatable. I just can't relate.
I want my own raccoon slave girl.
Oh,
Right?
the
It's
gothic
just
lolly.
like,
Where's my gothic
and this is
Lolita?
where like, for this type of anime, where it's gonna be a comedy / fantasy, a little bit like adventurous, they just don't acknowledge what the character should be.
Be prepared
and
to
then-
throw some politics in. I mean,
Oh
it's
god.
like ancient
Okay.
politics.
Either
Like-
overall, then we're okay. Switching off the main character, just the main character. Animation, I agree with movie. It swaps too much. At times, you think it's the same, but then you notice slight differences in coloration and design, and you're like, "What the fuck? Now is this CGI or this not 2D? I can't
Okay,
tell."
perfectionists.
Hey,
Hey,
when you
watching
notice
that
a CG crowd, you will notice it in every single
Yeah, I
anime
noticed
for
it.
the rest of
But
your
look,
life.
Paper.
It's
I don't
entertainment.
mind CGI, but Overlord had CGI, but that CGI was way better than Gates CGI. They switch it too much. It doesn't look like the same CGI. It looks like they got two different guys who did each scene differently. When it comes to plot development, even if it was going to be mentioned later on, they really don't explain, okay, hey, a gate appeared out of nowhere. We're just going to attack. No, we're not going to go send in a small army to figure out what's going on. Oh, now let's just go in and all force out. Let's kill everybody.
Right? Not even people with like guns.
Oh, after first episode, we're gonna turn the fucking king into an evil king halfway through because he got scared. Why?
I mean,
what? There was no hint at. But they don't hint that. They just say he just attacked. Here he is. I'm a big bad guy, and I attacked Japan because I see a portal. Woo! Then, on top of this, I get modern day versus old medieval magic and stuff. It's gonna be overpowered, and I'm fine with that. But what I don't get is like, here you are gonna like this anime is trying to be too many different things. They're like, oh, we're gonna try to add the coolness of the king's actually evil, and he doesn't care about his daughter, so he's gonna send her off and get her killed.
Yeah.
And then now we're gonna make it where the main character just doesn't care about the other world, whereas you would think he would. But then later on, when he starts having all the harem girls come around, then he'll start caring. Then he'll be like, "Oh, give me all the magic girls, woo!" And then, like, oh, and by the way, it's just this anime. It can't. It tries to be too many other things at the same time, try being its own thing. It's like, if you're going to have the combination of, and there was too many time skips. They're like, 3 months and stuff and politics and stuff, oh, okay, I'm okay with animes that have politics and shit, and it makes sense. You need to, set up. But, if the whole world just find out a fucking portal to another world just jumped out of Japan, I don't think it would take a total of 3 to 6 months to settle everything and be like, oh yeah, Japan can take it all. Even the fucking American president, fucking Donald Trump lookalike, was like, why are we letting Japan have their thing? Why? Realistically, it would be like the whole world would be like, all right, we're gonna send fucking a part of each country's army to go in there and actually explore, and then literally try to communicate with another world, try to see if they can build relationships.
They go into that
later, but why not in the beginning? No, we're gonna go in, set up a base, and then kill everybody in sight. Not try to communicate. Oh, they're sending in their armies to kill instead of try to talk to us, and we're not gonna make any encouragement to talk. Let's just fucking blow their brains.
Well, okay, to comment on that, Alu, wait a second.
They didn't do that. They went in for, peace allegations and stuff, but obviously they're playing it safe, and they were attacked. They just
I was gonna say, I can agree with what Kami's saying there, because, the two things that I don't get that Alu, actually made me think of was the gate just shows up and smack right off the bat.
They don't acknowledge it. They just said, oh, it's there. We're gonna attack.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. There's no time of that. They were just immediately, the gate's there. All right, someone's going through. We're gonna murder everybody.
Yeah, and even if they explain it later on, it's just, why wouldn't you? Because Made in Abyss does, it takes you in a third-person perspective. You have an announcer saying a fucking gate popped. There's a giant hole. People were drawn to it
because
of
relics.
Why? Yeah, because of relics and money and possibilities. Cool. Overlord, you're gonna get thrown into a world, but they explain it. It's a game. Blah blah blah. We're just gonna throw a random portal. We're not gonna introduce any idea that, hey, someone purposely put this here to set up a war. No, we're not gonna throw any hints to that. Just hey, I'm a king. I'm gonna attack to see what this portal was, and then, oh, I got attacked. Now I'm gonna defend. Now I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna defend. Blah blah blah. Oh, now I'm evil and I'm trying to take over the whole world. Even though a fucking portal with unknown enemy with unknown power is destroying the whole world at this point. Woo! Like, I don't care. I'm going to take over the world, and then I'll be taken over. It just does not make sense. And then
Yet.
you take... Yeah, for now. But, like... Oh, and then it's just like, hey, the main point of this is that it's a fantasy world. You would think they would try to show up the fucking fantasy characters sooner than till basically third episode, because they just hinted at the end of the second episode.
Right,
Like,
the girl being in the wall.
that now we're gonna show you an elf girl or something. No, we're not. Like, the whole time, all you see is fucking young dragons and humans riding them. Awesome. Just
You just want your other world now, not later.
Well, that's because, like, if you're gonna open a portal to the normal world and fucking another world, at least to, like, make more realistic decisions than, oh, within 3 months the whole world was okay with Japan just sending in their self-defense team in there and cool. It would be like, if they had it under lock and key, I would assume it would be, this is not going to be settled until like a year or two, and then we're gonna, like, 2 years have passed since the fucking the first wave happened, and then we finally decided we're gonna send a small group of selected individuals that each country was okay with. Like, that's would have been a cooler plot. Is you take one person that could speak multiple languages from each country, and that was like a SEAL team that they decide this team's gonna go in there to really find out what's out there, and it's like a scout team, and you could have had an adventure with that, and then they meet the fantasy girls and guys,
Right.
and that would have been a cool adventure to follow. And then when at the end of the season they come back and they're like, yeah, no, this is a cool place, we're all cool. But then that's when their plot twist happens, and everyone, like, there's a time jump or some shit, and they get back and it's been 2 years since they went in, but it's only been like 3 months, and they're like, no, everyone in the normal day Japan's like, no, we're gonna go in there and start war, and then everyone, SEAL team that originally was sent in, has to, like, stop it. That would have been cool to watch.
Yeah, I think a lot of the plot holes for this anime would have been fixed if the first episode didn't happen. Like, if they just kind of, like, had a team go into this gate and be like, we're going through this gate because we were attacked, Like, if the first episode didn't happen, I feel like it would just be fixed.
Like, Movies and me both questioned, were like, wait, he works for the military? it did not make it. They're just like, oh yeah, he prefers his hobby over his job. But they didn't make any idea. They're just like, some random guy on the streets telling me what to do, and I'm a police officer. Okay.
Yeah, just randomly stab some dude, and you're just kind of like, why is he doing this? Is it because he's an otaku? I don't understand.
It just, there's too many plot holes. Animation sucks. They could have done better with the overall story. They're taking too long to get into the fantasy stuff where people and most otakus would like to see.
There you go. I think the anime can go somewhere. I'm not gonna say it's shit right off the bat. There's just a couple of things that are weird. As long as the girl characters are actually interesting and not just tits, I might like it. Because I do like, when it comes to anime, as long as I like the character and story, I'm gonna like it. So I like the main character. The character designs look really interesting in the opening, so I'm hoping their personality is as good as the art is. So that's my impression of Gay
I'm
so
still
far.
trying to give it my benefit of a doubt, but I'm already like really fucked up with this show. It's just like, because I love fantasy isekai series. I love it all.
I'll
shit.
I'll already give it a positive rating over SAO. That's all I care about. Fuck SAO.
See, just like, I give it the references it makes and the character. I think it's cool, but it's like, you should be so disinterested with the normal world than the fucking another world. It just, that doesn't make sense. You'd rather go home to watch hentai, but here you are in another world. I like, that does not seem relatable even for like a weeaboo as himself.
I didn't think about that.
Because, like, if you're a weeaboo, you would be like, no, I would fuck the other world. I want to go back to watch the anime. If I could be an anime right now, then be in the normal world, yeah, I'm going to choose the anime.
It depends on the anime.
Well, yeah, it depends on the anime. But, like, here you are in another world, but you're gonna be disinterested in the other world. Then you would rather go back. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I get you. Kami, you have anything to say about any of that? Kind of went
No.
quiet there.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because you guys were talking. No, I agree with your statements. I just enjoy the series because I viewed it similar to that of just a mind-numbingly entertaining series.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like those, but this
Um,
is like way out of some of the mind-numbing ones are still
I
better
don't know.
than this one.
I watched it for the plot mainly because you are right about the art style and it changes a lot and whatever.
And
There's
plot
a lot of
holes.
plot holes, but I like the drama or the hypothetical. I enjoy the hypothetical. Like what would happen if like modern went to
Well, I like the
old
idea
ancient
too,
Rome. So
but
that's why
they
I
don't
enjoy it.
address it the best way I think they could have done.
No, but I don't know. Plus,
'Cause, like-
best girl's best girl, and just can't wait till we get to that part.
Okay, we are on to which anime we enjoyed the most. I think we're done talking about Gate for a bit.
Yeah.
Neverland.
Definitely my
Yeah.
favorite episode would probably actually have to be Abyss, because Abyss, yeah, for real, because the characters seemed really interesting. Of course, I would pick Ceres if I could, because I know what happens in that anime and I love everything about it. I've watched it at least 3 or 4 times over. Promised won't. It's definitely a close second, because just the cliffhanger every time, I'm just like, whoa, that actually happened. Oh my god, can't wait for the next episode. I'm definitely more wanting to watch Promised, but after watching the episodes, I definitely think Abyss puts on the top comparatively to all the other episodes we watched. Do I want to watch more Abyss? Yes. Do I want to watch more Promised more than Abyss? Yes. So more anticipated, definitely Promised, but I enjoyed Abyss the most today, for sure.
Paper.
Kami.
Or Kami.
Bot. Promise Neverland. I want to know more about the demons. That has me hooked alone. Like I like the whole humans are enslaving humans because of fear of demons concept and the whole like mommy nanny thing. But I want to know more about the demons, honestly. Like that alone has me just so hooked.
So it's the shadow of the anime is what's causing you to want more. Like what's being not told, basically.
Behind the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the veil. Yeah.
Behind the veil.
I think I'm gonna give it to Ceres.
Yay! It makes me so happy.
For the fact that I don't want to choose Abyss because I've seen it already between
Right.
the two, and I already know how good it is.
You hate Gate, we all know that.
Gate, yeah, Gate's on the. That's just somewhere. It's got its own heart. It's like that one fucking YouTube video you showed me, that one podcast. So the fucking they were talking about.
It's shit. It's shit.
That's me with fucking Gate so far. But the thing with Promised is I would say I would give Promised my second and then Abyss my third. But the reason Promised would be second would be for the fact that I want to know more about the demons and shit, but I like more of the mind games between the kids, and I like that
I like that too.
psychological
The tug of
mind
war.
games and shit. Yeah, like I like that more, and I do find the demons like interesting and like I want to know about more. But I'm more interested now of like, well, how normal are these kids? Could you consider them human? Are they really human? That's kind of a thought I've been having in my brain. It's like they're told they're human, but what if they're not completely human themselves? Because why would they be? Even if you're being taught and farmed to grow your knowledge, there has to be something a little non-human there for your brains to adapt that fast.
So
I
why
just
do
feel-
you pick Sarah's over Promised Neverland though?
Because for the fact that even though character is a little cliche and it had a slow start, I'm really interested to see where it goes and the promise it had towards the last 7 minutes of the episode. So that's kind of why I'm like, I think that would take my cake tonight.
Get away from your brother. You are the one that's going to die. Dun dun dun.
Basically.
Like that. Oh god, that series makes me so happy. All right, any last comments before we turn off the stream?
Paper Watch Dororo.
Yes, watch Dororo.
Tommy, you bot.
Fine.
By the way, speaking of podcasts, you spelled my name wrong at you butt.
Did I really?
Yeah, you put Freak, you butt.
Oh, you spelled with. Oh, okay. I never realized, to be honest.
That's cool.
I'll fix it next time.
I want more.
I'll just resend it.
I definitely want more Promised Neverland. Can't wait. Gate is definitely on the bottom of the list. Feels bad. All right. This has been MovieFreek, Alucard, and Kami. Yay!
Right.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. All right, bye.